I'm Jason King. I work with the Irish Heritage Trust, and I'm walking in the footsteps of Thomas Quinn. Thomas was a 6-year-old child from Missinuffi in Strokestown on Dennis Mahon's estate. He emigrated with his family, including his older brother Patrick Quinn, who was 12 years old. They went with all of the 1490 emigrants to Dublin. They crossed the sea to Liverpool on the deck of a packet ship, sailed to Canada on the Naomi, one of the worst of the coffin ships, and at Gros Isle they lost their father, James Quinn, whose dying words were, "Remember your soul and your liberty." At this stage in the walk, we're in Abbey Shule right now, which is 2 to 3 days away from Strokestown. At this stage in the walk, the reality would have really been setting in that they were never going to be returning to their home, to their original parish, to the place that they knew the best, to their friends, their family, the life that they had lived for 6 years in Patrick's case, 12 years in 6 years in Thomas's case, 12 years in Patrick's case. And I think it's inevitable, really, that they would have felt a great deal of sorrow at this point in the walk. A certain amount of exhaustion would be felt by now. The inevitability of leaving home would have really set in by now. And of course, every step they took were taking them farther away from the world that they knew, into what could only have been the most ominous of possible futures. They didn't know, of course, what would happen to them as they were making their way first to Dublin, but this is the middle of the Irish famine in 1847, and they would have felt, no doubt, a great deal of trepidation. Well, I think probably the most important thing we can learn from the famine today is we walk in the footsteps of the 1490 tenants for Strokestown Park House, is just how difficult it is to be a migrant, to be a forced migrant like the Mahon family. And really what I would hope we could learn from these experiences is empathy for people who are going through these experiences now. It was a miserable experience in 1847, and if that gives us a little bit of empathy for people who are forced to leave their homes today, I think that would be a good thing.